You're listening to the Love Unplugged podcast, episode 131. When you're creating your product or service, you want to make sure that everything is just perfect, as you had envisioned, of course. You make tweaks, you refine, you revise over and over, and this feels like it can go on forever. Do you launch knowing an element such as branding or messaging isn't absolutely perfect, or do you delay until it's just right? Tune in to find out what my guests' thoughts are. Without further ado, let's get to it. Hey there, I'm your host, Jessica Fragon, and I am passionate about doing the inner work needed to reach your goals. Let me be your guide as we navigate all the fears and insecurities that surface when it's time to step outside of your comfort zone. Along with my knowledgeable guests and industry experts, I'm here to teach you how to reawaken your life purpose and passion and create the steps to turn your intentions into action. Ultimately, my goal is to empower you to rise above those blocks holding you back and start living a life that you are worthy and deserving of. So come on, it's time to slow down, find a comfy spot with your favorite organic tea, and get inspired. Thank you for tuning in to the Love Unplugged podcast. Hello, loves. Today I am joined by the lovely duo, Jessica and Ray, co-founders of Taurah, a Canadian-made and female-founded brand that locally produces all natural wellness products and is committed to producing products that make you feel good and do good. So welcome, Jessica and Ray. I'm just so honored to have you as my guests, and I'm so excited to learn all about your story and advice. But before we start, for those that don't know you yet, I would love for you to share a little bit more about you personally.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us. Hi, everyone. My name is Jessica. I'm one of the co-founders of Taurah. Personally, I'm based out of Ancaster, just outside of Hamilton. And I guess a little bit about me. Been really busy this week. Raylan and I just launched into our fulfillment center. Fun fact, we're actually 8 hours apart, which was pretty unexpected. We used to live very close, and then the pandemic hit, and we each went back home. So we're about 8 hours apart. So managing inventory between her house and my house was quite a time. So we're very happy to have that all in one spot. And then now we can just kind of focus on what we're good at, which is just spreading the word of Taurah and kind of getting the word out.
And I'm Raylyn. I'm the other co-founder of Taurah. And I'm actually a Northern Ontario girl. So I'm 8 hours north of Jess, 8 hours away. So definitely we're long distance friends and long distance business partners. But it's been so fun, and we're just pumped about what we've been able to create with Taurah. And yeah, I guess a little like fun thing about me would be that we launched our new sunscreen this week for Taurah. So that's just been the highlight of my week, along with the fulfillment center. And we're so excited to chat more about that too.
Amazing. Okay, well, so we'll get into this new product later on, but let's start at the very beginning. So before you started this business, before you even started having ideas or talking about it, what were you doing leading up to it? Did you always want to be entrepreneurs? Was that the plan?
For me, I would say no. I'm more of the person though that's just open to always trying new things. I'd rather try something and fail than not do it at all. So I was always, again, trying new things. But then when I started working at a popular tech startup in Toronto, which is where I actually met Raylyn, we were working with e-commerce companies. So I got to learn the ins and outs of what makes a successful brand and learn from others' mistakes. So that's really what kickstarted me into entrepreneurship.
And I come from a really entrepreneurial family. So aunts, uncles, my dad, they either have side businesses or full throttle businesses on their own. So being able to learn a lot from them. Some have, it's always been tough, I guess, being from an entrepreneurial family. So I just definitely am thankful that I can rely on them. And when me and Jess were working together, we were working at Clearbank. So we were meeting so many founders through there. And we just realized that like these people are taking the risk and making their dreams come true as much of hard work that it does take. So me and Jess like kind of always brainstormed ideas together. And then finally, when we came up with Taurah, it was like, oh my gosh, we have to do this. We have to make a go of it. And wanted to like prove it out and bring it to our networks and then kind of let it go from there and see if it resonated with people. So that's been a ton of fun.
Amazing. So this friendship started at that company? That's how you guys met?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Jess actually came up to me and asked me to have a glass of wine together, but I was all business, and I was like, yeah, sure, maybe later. And she wore me down after a couple times, and thank God that we ended up meeting up together, because that's when she first had some ideas, and that led to brainstorming sessions, and then now she's just one of my closest friends. So thank you, Jess, for wearing me down.
That is so funny. Like, it's just so funny because your name is Jess and mine obviously is Jessica as well.
Yes.
And I've done the same thing to like friends that I've had friendships with at work, where like they're very kind of, closed off type thing and just kind of like kept a business, and I just wore them down.
Must be a Jessica thing then.
Maybe. That's amazing. Well, thank goodness she wore you down, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So how did the discussions about, this actual specific business come up? So you started kind of, brainstorming some stuff. You had some ideas that you wanted to like create a business, but how did the idea specifically for Taurah come to be?
It was super organic, actually. So, me and Jess had become good friends, and then we shifted to working from home when the pandemic hit. And with that, we were working out from home. And me and Jess were still keeping in contact. And then I was doing a lot of HIIT workouts. I knew Jess was super into yoga. So, I asked her, like, hey, do you clean your yoga mat? And she was like, oh, no, do you? Like, are we supposed to? I'm like, I feel like we should. So we started researching and seeing like what else is out there. But also we learned that for every cubic centimeter of your yoga mat, there's up to 100,000 bacteria. And that just blew our minds. Plus, this multiplies every single day that you don't clean your mat. So right away that freaked us out, and we were like, okay, we need to find something to clean our mats. I tried a few products personally and like a few DIY at home solutions, and nothing really like felt good and felt right. So we kept researching and ended up iterating and iterating, and then we finally came up with this product, which is our yoga mat cleanser. We're like, okay, we're going to launch Taurah, and it's going to be this single product, this yoga mat cleanser. Hopefully everyone else kind of will feel the same once they hear that stat about the amount of bacteria on their yoga mats. And we just put it out there, and we're seeing like maybe our friends and family kind of think the same way about not having cleaned their mats before. From there, like, was such a giftable item too, and we launched in November 2020. So it kind of just kept going from there, and we wanted to create more products that solved issues that were coming up in mine and Jess's lives.
So, I mean, that stat's absolutely crazy. Like, I didn't even think about it because I do yoga Pilates on my mat. And I don't even know why I didn't even think about the fact that I should maybe clean it. But that's so true. Like, you're sweating, you're laying down on it. Like, it's got to be pretty disgusting by now. And how do you clean it? Like, I haven't even thought of that. So that's brilliant because we actually do need them, especially now when we're most likely all working out from home, right? Like, not a lot of us are standing in line to get into that gym anymore. So, wow,
Yeah,
that's such a great idea. That's so true.
exactly. And I would add, like, even just with the pandemic, like, I found myself cleaning everything, just like everyone was disinfecting, cleaning. And then when Ray said that, it was just like a no-brainer, why don't I clean this? And then once you spray Taurah on your mat and give it a wipe and look at the cloth and you realize how dirty it is, I think that's really where like our customers were like, oh, okay, I get it. And now they just share like their dirty cloths with us, and it just makes us so happy because everyone has these clean mats now that they and yoga mats can be expensive too, so we should just take care of them.
Yeah, 100%. What was your process in coming up with your business name? Like, it's very unique.
Yeah, I love that question. When we were brainstorming different names, it was actually Ray. She texted me, and we always go back and forth on like our horoscopes. I'm a Taurus and she's a Libra, and we just find joy like looking at our horoscopes, and they're always spot on. I don't know how, but they are always spot on. And then one day she texted me and she was like, Taurah. And I was like, yes, that is the name. So I'm a Taurus and she's a Libra, and we've kind of just gone with it ever since.
That's actually pretty cool. I like that. It's a very nice name, so it definitely works.
Yes.
So, what was your experience in creating a product-based business during a pandemic?
Yeah, it was definitely not an ideal time for sure. But when we shifted to working from home, I mean, we were both commuting into work. So right there, we saved time in our days. So we found all this extra time to just talk and brainstorm. And this idea, like Ray said, came on really organically. So we just kind of went heads down and really tried to enjoy the process. We're all about having fun when we do things. So
Mhm.
we just wanted to make sure that we enjoyed the process so that we were never stressed out about it. And I think that really came out when it launched. We had a lot of people kind of following us along the journey of bringing this product to launch. And um, yeah, I don't know if you have anything to add, Ray, to that one.
Yeah, I think as well, like Taurah was based off of a really reactionary product because we're like suddenly working from home, suddenly working out from home, suddenly questioning why we weren't cleaning our yoga mats. So we created something from there. And then our second product was similarly also reactionary. So it's a face mask mist, and it's because me and Jess were just experiencing a little bit of maskne from the fabrics of our face masks rubbing against our skin, and we have kind of sensitive skin. So we thought, well, shouldn't there be a barrier? And again, it was reactionary for what's going on in this time in the world, but we always stand by making really natural products that we can feel good about. And I think from there, that'll help us in the future as we create more and more and more of what we love to do.
I love that. And I didn't actually even notice that product. I thought it was just like a face mist type thing. But the fact that you created it for to help the barrier for when we're wearing masks, I think that's brilliant because everyone's going through that right now, right? And I don't see it going away for a next little while either. And I mean, even I have acne right now from my face mask from the heat and all the sweat that's been
Oh, yeah.
condensed in there this week as I'm walking around and whatnot. And oh, that's such a great idea.
Yeah, exactly. And me and Jess actually originally, when we created the face mask mist, we knew we loved it, but we had this idea to gift it to 10 frontline healthcare workers and see how they liked it. And the feedback we got was incredible, and they were coming back after getting the gifted product and buying like two or three more just to leave on the floor. I still got a message today from a nurse that I actually haven't met before, but in my hometown. And he's like, yes, someone left their face mask mist on the floor, so we're set for this shift. I'm like, that's perfect because you kind of want that barrier, and then your skin that way isn't reacting to it. So it's one less thing for you to worry about, I guess, when they're dealing with high stress situations. Plus, we added in lavender essential oil just as a really calming smell in it. So it's lovely.
That must be so nice that like just the lavender smell alone must be calming for the frontline workers who are having to wear these crazy masks. Like when I've seen pictures of them once they take it off and the lines that are on their face and the swelling and the redness and the bumps and like, oh, that must make such a difference for them.
My gosh, it's like literally the least that we could do was create something that they would like too, because we're just so thankful for all the long hours and hard days they're putting in.
Yeah, for sure. Now, let's talk about creating the product itself. What was your process like in developing the formula and the packaging and the branding and like all that stuff?
It was a lot of trial and error. So I'm more of a let's go, let's get this done, let's move. We have this idea, it's amazing. Let's do it. And Jess, my co-founder, is so good about doing things in the right way. So I remember originally, like we created the formula, and it wasn't quite right. And Jess really made sure that we honed in on that and made sure that we got it completely right, like how it was going to stay. So it has an organic witch hazel base, which is antibacterial in itself. And that just like is the holy grail of it. And then a really nice blend of natural essential oils that have a citrus smell, but also have antibacterial and antimicrobial properties. And then when it came to the label, it was kind of funny because I was designing a few, then I just wanted the name on it, and I wanted like just what you needed. And Jess was like, okay, like so polite, but she was like, that's not great. And we would iterate and find the better option. So thankful. That's like the balance of a co-founder right there, because I don't even want to look back at those labels and see what I would have put out there. But it really, like, it's a full package product, and it looks beautiful as it is. And even the bottle is something that we were so picky about, because we wanted it to mist like something that you don't see traditionally in other bottles, so that way it was kind of spreading across your mat and not just like so direct or harsh. And the mist really is beautiful. We got such good feedback about the bottles, and we love them.
I will add though, I'll never forget it. I woke up one morning and Raylan and I were going back and forth on, purchasing everything, because we are bootstrapping and it's a big investment, I would say. And one morning I woke up and she's like, I ordered it. I ordered everything. It's done. And I was like, okay, good. Like one of us had to do it, and kind of take that initiative. So again, balance of a co-founder, but I don't think I would have been able to launch a product if it wasn't for Ray just pulling the trigger like that and really having that confidence in us to just give it a shot and risk the capital we were putting into it. So
Sounds like you guys balance each other out.
yeah, I would say so for sure.
Yeah, that's really good. Now, what is it like starting and growing a business while you're also working like a 9 to 5, a corporate job?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think we have the luxury of working for Clearbank, which again gives us that insight into all these other e-commerce companies. So we get to be surrounded by really inspiring people during the day, and then that just pours into us in the evening for our own initiatives with Taurah. So I think we have the luxury there. I know not everyone's in this situation. And then they're really flexible and really supportive of side hustles. So everyone there knows about Taurah. And we actually get some press behind us. They featured us. They feature different employees there that have their own side hustle. So it's been good. I would say there's just a lot of late nights and early mornings, of course, where Ray and I are just constantly on the phone with each other, FaceTiming, texting. I think at some points we'll have like an Instagram message, a text message, a missed phone call. Like we just use every platform possible. But you got to do what you got to do.
How do you structure your days? Like, do you have specific days that you're like, we're focusing on this day, we're working from this time to this time, or do you just kind of go with the flow?
I wish we had that sort of structure, but it's definitely a go with the flow type thing. Raylan likes to hop on early in the morning and just start working, whereas I do need like a little bit of a morning routine, just like go for a quick walk with my dog, and then get to work. But yeah, at least I'm not the most organized. Raylan is definitely more organized than I am.
What have been your biggest struggles and your biggest wins as entrepreneurs in the beauty space?
I would say one of our biggest wins has been press and PR. We have an incredible woman who's working with us on that. And we've been able to get featured in The Kit, Forbes, BuzzFeed, recently in the local Hamilton Spectator, and so many more. And that's been a recent win for us. And then ongoing wins is just seeing our customers tell us how much they love Taurah. Like Ray was saying, the frontline workers, the gifting campaign we did there, and just seeing like the genuine response from people loving it and it actually working for them it just makes every late night worth it. And that's really been a big win.
In terms of like the struggles for us, things come up every day that are just like small fires that we need to put out, but ultimately we are a bootstrapped company. So we are trying to figure this all out by being so budget friendly. So me and Jess are our own photographers, our own web developers. Up to now we've been our own fulfillment. We have been our own R&D department. Like we're doing everything. If you message us somewhere, we're the ones answering, absolutely 100%. So there are time constraints in that. And then another constraint obviously is being able to compete with other brands out there in a way where we can just meet our customer. But I do think these are very specific products that they would be able to reach someone, but we don't have like a huge ad budget to put into things. So we very tactfully and creatively have to meet our customers in different ways, where we think like the yoga mat cleanser, the face mask mist, or our new calming and cooling mist, or our new sunscreen will really resonate with them, beyond like our networks and then their networks, because a lot of it is word of mouth for us right now, which has been amazing.
Awesome. Now, if you were to have to do this all over again, with everything that you've learned up until now, is there anything that you would do differently that you would share as advice to someone who is just starting their journey?
I think the best thing personally is to start now. I've heard from other founders that if you're not embarrassed of your first product, then you're doing something wrong. And we're not embarrassed of our first product, maybe our first label a little bit, because we did change it up and I love our new branding and style. But like the best thing to do is to get started and to make the little mistakes along the way, so then you can really begin building what you want to be creating.
Now, I'd love to chat about your partnership. So, what, in your opinion, is key to creating a successful business partnership? What advice would you have for someone who is looking to partner with someone in a business?
Yeah, that's a good question. So when we hear other founders talk about their co-founders, a common theme we hear is like, find someone who really balances you out, who has different skill sets. And then when it came to Ray and I, we're very, very similar in so many ways. And I'm sure there's some ways where, she's stronger in that area than I am, but we're very, very similar. And I think that's really our strong suit. We get to collaborate on everything and we get to just make things better and better and better each time we do it. And we feel really confident in that. And at the end of the day, we have a ton of fun because we're just really good friends and we have so many similarities and we really just value each other. And again, so many similarities. We each take like a walk every day, for example. And I couldn't imagine having like a co-founder who maybe doesn't like to do those things or wouldn't value that I like to do those things. So I think that's our superpower.
Yeah, for sure. And like, I know if I'm unreachable at any point and Jess has to make a decision, it probably is the same decision that I would have made. Like, I can fully trust in her and be so confident in any choice that she makes. Where maybe if we did have opposing qualities, then it wouldn't be the case. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. So, what was your process in determining your next product? So, you had the yoga mat cleanser, and now you were looking at developing the other products. What was the whole process in identifying exactly what they were going to be and if your community was going to want them?
The face mask mist was definitely for us, and we were hearing from our friends that they were experiencing irritation on their skin, which they believed to be from the face mask and the fabric rubbing against, and you just don't know what material works well with your skin. So that one just kind of felt like, okay, we got to do this, and we'll make a certain amount, and if people like it, great, and if they don't, we'll just make that amount. From there, we made a really, really beautiful calming mist. And again, it was a product me and Jess selfishly wanted because we use it as a pillow mist at night, and it has notes of lavender, bergamot, and sweet orange. It's just so relaxing, and I take it like before I not take it, but I spray it before a meeting, or I spray it before bed, or if I am meditating and doing yoga, it's very nice then. And then we made a cooling mist as well, which is super nice on the skin because it has aloe vera in it, as well as cucumber extract and spearmint. So it's really good for you after the sun. And me and Jess had been working on our last product that just launched this week, which is our SPF 30 zinc sunscreen stick. And that's what you put on before the sun. It's so convenient and so easy to use. We were loving seeing how it actually resonates with our community, our current customers, seeing new customers come in and get it. The packages are just starting to land now, and they just really love that there's this natural sunscreen option out there, especially for your face because your skin is a bit different and needs a different level of care. And this one is zinc based and natural, but it doesn't leave a white residue. It blends in and kind of gives you that glow and the shimmer that you would be trying to make with a tan or with makeup. So it's very beautiful, and we're just pumped to have that one out there now too as part of our Taurah fam.
Amazing. Well, these sound like incredible products, and congratulations on your new product launch. I hope that is going super well for you guys. That's super exciting and just in perfect time for summer, which is awesome. Now, what was key in launching with success? So whether it was, all your other products or this one specifically, what have you found that really helped elevate your launch?
I would say when we're looking to launch a new product, and this definitely came with just practice, we weren't as prepared for our first launch, of course, just bringing a product to market for the very first time. But throughout our learnings, we know that our networks want to kind of get like a little teaser. So it's what we try to do like a week or two in advance. And we start really asking people, like, what do you think it's going to be? Can you guess? And it's exciting for us too. And I think it helps us build relationships with our customers because they were guessing and then they were guessing correctly. And then it got us excited and then it got them excited. And then when we launched, we even launched like a pre-launch. We said like, who's excited to get this product? Who wants to order it like ahead of time for a discount? And then people said yes. So then we offered it. And I think that was really the key for our sunscreen launch. And we're going to continue to just iterate and hopefully eventually get down like the influencer route. But for now, like we're just bootstrapping and trying to just really grow our customer base and grow our network organically.
That's such a good idea to start building that intrigue, right? Because as soon as people are curious, they want to know, they're going to stay attentive.
Yes, exactly.
I love that. Now, where can we find your products? Where are they available?
So you can find our products at www.shoptaurah.com. You can also find us on Instagram at ShopTaurah, Twitter, Facebook, all ShopTaurah, and also on TikTok, which is probably one of my favorite platforms right now. We're having a ton of fun on there, just like goofy, creative kind of outlet for us, and definitely check that out. And that's also at ShopTaurah.
Awesome. Is there anything else on the horizon that you can tease?
We are thinking of a few more products. I think it's a little bit too early because typically it takes us a few months to create and iterate and innovate. But we do have more on the go. And I think something to point out too is we love hearing from our community and our customers something that they think is missing in the market that they would love a Taurah spin on. So if anyone has different ideas of something that they wish was out there or something that they wish was iterated on, then DM us. Again, it's me and Jess always answering, so we would love that.
Amazing. So if you want to connect with these lovely ladies, you can do so on Instagram and Facebook at Shop Taurah. And then also their website, if you want to take a look at their products and maybe purchase some to give them a try, which you won't be disappointed, you can go to www.shoptaurah.com. All right. So thank you so much, Jessica and Ray, for sharing your story and your experience creating your business and valuable insights for those looking to start their own journeys. I know so many are going to enjoy hearing from you guys today, and hopefully this persuades them to take a look at their yoga mats and see how dirty it might be, and then giving your products a try and seeing how clean it can be afterwards.
Thank you so much, Jessica. It's a pleasure to be on here, and thank you. We really, really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having us. This was a blast. We're still new. We're still a startup. We've only been in business for just over 6 months now, and it's great to just have conversations and talk about Taurah. So thanks for having us.
I'm Jessica, and thanks for tuning in today to Love Unplugged, the podcast. If there are any questions or topics you'd love answered on the show, head on over to www.projectloveco.com and share your request with me. If you haven't yet, go to iTunes and subscribe, rate, and review this podcast and share it with a loved one. Your feedback means the world to me, and the community we've created is what fuels our discussions here. After all, this is all for you. Join me next time for another unplugged conversation.